Okay, with the heavy rain we've had all day yesterday and overnight, I thought I'd come out and do an update on the flooding around the Broads area. So as you can see, the roads are completely blocked again. I can get through, but that's just off the bottom of my doors. I think if I did stop in the middle there, they would actually start coming in. It's fairly deep there. So next we'll move on. Gonna have a little look at Hickling. Then we're gonna go to Potter Heigham, Wroxham, Horning, them sort of areas, and see what's happening. So we're coming up on Hickling. We'll have a little look around this corner here because that's been flooded out for the last couple of weeks at least. So that'll give us a rough idea of what's happening. Looks like that's gone down slightly, but still quite a big deep puddle. Let's see if we can pass it because we couldn't last time we came here. Yep, looks like we can pass it now. So you can get through here now. Let's have a little look on the edge of the boatyard and see what's happening up there, shall we? Still got a bit of water around the edges. Looks like it's not coming over the edge of the Broad anymore. You can still see here. See here how it's all been coming over the edges, and that was literally just coming straight across from there, just flooding the whole road right down. But it seems to be settling down a bit now. Still not that far off going over. Tide's sort of halfway up at the moment, so it's got a little way to go, but I don't think it's actually going to go over today, so things are starting to look better. Obviously this little car park here is completely flooded out, so don't try and come in there. Right, let's move on and see what else we can find. So we're in the boatyard now, and at the main sort of Broad, you can see at the end of them boats, that's the main big Broad. It's not coming over the edges anymore, and got about a foot between the water and the edge now, so it's starting to look pretty good. You can probably see there's plenty of water being pumped out of stuff. So that boat on the right hand side there is being pumped out right now, so they're sorting out things, and this is probably happening on one of the Broads. Right, let's move on to the next place. The yard's still quite mucky and muddy, but totally passable. The water is still coming over there slightly. I'm just filming the yard there, but nothing to worry about. Plenty of puddles like this scattered about, and some are worse, but they're totally passable. The slipway looks like that's all open and being used today. There's people actually on there now. There's a lot of people walking around checking their boats and stuff. Yeah, like I say, you can get through here now, whereas the last week or so you couldn't. Right, we're off to Potter Heigham next. Let's see what's happening down there. See if there's still lots of water in the fields. Everywhere's still going over the top. Let's go and find out. Okay, so we're coming into Potter Heigham. I can see we're just going over the bridge just now. The fields are still absolutely clogged full of water. As you can see, this road's clear now. Go back to some of my other videos, this road was flooded across. So this area is looking good. The little road round the edge of the dayboat hire, the Phoenix fleet. Still got water right up to the end of this car park here, so it's still completely flooded out, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. We'll see how bad things are along the moorings and them sort of areas. car park now. Last time I came through here, half of this was full of water. All of this end and down into this dip. Looks like it's completely cleared out from what I can see. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. And it's full of cars, so it's being used. Right, I'll find somewhere to park up. I'll get the old chest waders on. We'll have a little look around some of the edges, see if the moorings are still over. Stuff like that. See how bad the fields are. Okay, so this is what the farm track's looking like at the moment. Straight away, straight into the depths, straight to my knees. So definitely hasn't got better here. If anything, it's got worse by the looks of things. The water's completely covered these fields. I'm not going to walk all the way down today. I think I'll have to do a dedicated update video just for Potter Heigham, because from what I can see already, things are a lot worse. And so I've literally walked from there to there, and I'm already above my knees in the water, so pretty deep. There's a lot more water, so it's obviously still coming over the edges. So we'll just do a bit of an update, because I'm sort of going around the Broads just doing an update of different areas. I'll do a dedicated one for this one very soon. The flooding looks like it's actually started to come onto the farm track on this side just as well this time, whereas it wasn't there before. Same as down here. This whole ditch is completely flooded out all the way down, and that field there is completely full. It looks like a lake. So as you can see, the car park in Potter Heigham is completely flooded out. There's a lot of water in here. It's obviously shut off at the moment, but this wasn't here last time. The actual Potter Heigham store is getting flooded out. Actually indoors, as you can just about see there. They've had to put in big pumps, which are these here, and they're literally pumping out the stores. See, they've got them running around all the different gardens and through all the drainage systems and stuff like that, but all this end is absolutely full. Right into where you pick up your goods around the back and stuff like that. The whole gardens. Are completely flooded out. Obviously we can't go in there, but I can put you over the top and we'll have a look. Ooh, it's quite deep. It's looking pretty bad. This water here is fairly deep. It's exactly the same. All indoors. Completely flooded out. Obviously you can't go in there at the moment. Not good for the local businesses. As you can see, it's the same down this end as well, completely flooded out. Not good. Okay, so we're up near the famous bridge. The water's just pushing over the sides on the other side there at the moment. This side seemed to have gone down quite a lot. It's not under the benches or anything anymore. The path further down is still quite covered, and then there's a dip to the other side, and the house there's still full of water. You can sort of get an idea of the depths if you look at the main arch on the bridge, and then look at the two little arches on the sides. Normally paddleboarders and canoeists and that can go through them. Well, there's no chance of going through them right now. So it's just starting to push over on the other side there. Still got another 3 hours till high tide. And if you look over that side there, it's gone over a fair bit, but definitely better than what it was last time I looked. Let's hope the upcoming rain and high tides towards the end of the month don't just push it straight over the top again. Right, let's go across the road and have a look across the road, see what's happening over the other side there. Still a fair bit of water in here. It does look like it's gone down slightly. Hello, doggies. Still pretty deep here in the car park. Crystal clear water, as you can see. The moorings and stuff are still over. So I'll do a more comprehensive, up-to-date, dedicated video for Potter Heigham fairly soon. These bits of the fields have actually started to dry out, by the looks of things, but just over the edge there's still plenty of water. I do believe us trying to go down on this side. As you can see, the moorings are already covered and still got another 3 hours to come up. So it's definitely going to go over what's already over today. Looks like it's clear on that side of the bank. Chip shop's all good now, it's all back open. So we're in the car park next to the chip shop. Still got plenty of water in, but definitely not as bad as it was the last time I came here. Still quite deep in the middle there. Don't think you'd want to come in and park in there still. But it shouldn't be too long before it's okay. But then saying that, looking over here as the tide's coming up, it's joining the car park again, so I'm going to guess over the next 3 hours or so of the tide, this is all coming in. It's crazy, it's just every day it's up and down, lots of extra water. There's more coming at the end of the month. Yeah, it's all definitely coming in along here now, coming in over the edges into the car park. Already pouring into the car park here, as you can see, under the fence there. It's already getting quite deep. Ooh, that is quite deep. Flooding through the marshes, through the next car park and then into the fields. So yeah, the water's still coming in, it's still flooding. As I say, everyone, I think this deserves a dedicated video update, so I'll do that on a separate video and we'll go into detail of what's happening, because there is some extra bits that I haven't seen in the last video. Conclusion is it's actually getting deeper in some parts, and there's extra water, but let's move on now, see what we can find down in Horning, Wroxham and them areas. I think we'll just pop into Ludham Bridge on the way past, see what's happening there, because I went past the other day and the boatyard was completely flooded out. So we'll see how that's doing. on our way to the other ones. Well, just since I've parked and I've been down here walking around filming this end of the car park, as you can see, ditch is starting to, well, not starting, it's overflowing, and it's starting to fill up the car park. Down the bottom end this time. Actually getting quite deep, quite fast. Water just has nowhere to go. Quite a lot really for the hour or so I've been here. So we're in Ludham. Let's see what's happening. Nice and flat calm today. Has already started coming over the edges, as you can see. Still got a few hours to go yet, but don't think it's too crazy. We'll have a look, we'll park up and have a look over the bridge on the other side as well. Got a couple of boats in, but not too busy today, to be fair, which is unusual. So we're on the other side of the bridge now. The right hand side of the bank has already started going over, and the boatyard side is completely underwater. It's just level with the river. If you look down here, you can see where you're meant to be able to walk under the bridge, and that's in about 2 foot of water. The whole boatyard completely right the way across to the fence in the distance and right around the whole yard, completely covered. Okay, so we're in Horning. There's the slipway. It doesn't seem to be overflowing. Let's see if there's any water on the road further up. This was completely swamped not very long ago. Water's still high, still going over the edges outside the pub where the tables and stuff are. Not looking too bad down this end. Got a couple of chaps fishing. It's definitely not a flooded road, you can quite easily drive through now. Let's take a look further down the other end and see what's happening there. The far end was the end with the most water damage, water depth. The New Inn pub, which is just up here. That was completely flooded out in the garden section, so we'll have a quick look in there. Which is right here. Going to stop in here today because you saw it last time, but just want to see if it's gone down at all. Not really, still completely flooded out. Not much happening there. They've built up the mooring slightly more on this side. That's where the boat's not to stop the water. Let's have a look down the other end. All the roads are not too flooded down this end now. As you can see, there's a little bit of water. It's certainly not hard to get through anymore. Some of the gardens are still flooded out. so we're further down the other end now. We're sort of in the middle of the Horning town end. Still got some water over here, but it's definitely gone down quite a lot. Still lots of places, houses, Broads are still straight into the house here. Still fairly deep. Has gone down slightly, but not a silly amount yet. Still needs to keep going down. So up a few leaves in the middle there. Slipway's starting to show again now. A lot of this new water is all nice and clean and clear, fresh. Still got water all the way up to the houses, even on the main front. River's looking very nice today. We've even got some sunshine. Chap fishing next door in the holiday cottage. Well, we're down the far end of Horning now. Still lots of water. Let's carry on through and see if there's made any difference down the other end. This is far too deep to drive through still. It sounds like the pumps have been turned off. They're pumping out the water into the river. Towards me in their waders and stuff. Definitely hasn't gone down. River's already coming over into the edge there. As I say, all the pumps are turned off. Don't know what that reason is for. It looks like there's more water in here again than what there was. We're now pumping. Obviously, they probably made a decision that they're not getting anywhere. We're well over our waist now. Right up here again. As you can see, we're over halfway up that wheelie bin, and that's on the curb on the side. Oh, this is deep. Do believe this is actually deeper than, let's say, what it was when I walked through it last time. There's more pumping equipment there, but not being used. Oh. Just trying to get through and see what's happening down the far end. See if they've cleared any of that. Because this sort of area where I am is sort of down the dip, so it's going to stay for the water longer anyway. But you definitely not getting through in a car. You can take the boat up to your door. Doesn't look deep in the edges, but because I'm down on the road, you've got a path and then down into the actual road. Pretty deep. See the board over there, coming through into the house only just. You can probably see the bottom there. It's just over my knees, which is what, 2.5 foot. And I'm on the path if I go onto the road. Getting blinded by the sun at the moment. Down here is where it was really deep last time. I think the pub is still open from the broad side of things where the boats are. But obviously you can't get through down here. Some depth has gone down, as you can see here. It was right up there and touching the building. It's actually lifted all the tarmac and made a right mess of everything there. And I've got a feeling it's still going to be very, very deep down on these edges. And going down now, whoa! 6 foot fence there. As you can see, it's 3 foot up it. So they're not really getting anywhere with it. If anything, there's actually more water in it. Another one of the pumps over there, but it's been turned off as well. You can hear they're definitely trading from the front entrance. This car park is deep. Oh, it's above my waist now. And the question is now, when's it going to stop? Just got to be careful where I'm walking, because obviously I can't see what's under the water here because it's really, really dirty. It's pretty crazy. So it's just got another 3 hours to come up as yet, so it's going to be touching them windows, I reckon, on there. And so I'm walking around literally a car park here, and as you can see, well over my waist. Beer barrels and stuff floating around, cones, chap on his boat on the river. Yeah, it's definitely not gone down. Just wanted to check because I had a couple of messages saying what's the updates and stuff. I was making them, you just got to give me a chance to get them done and edited and stuff like that and uploaded. It all takes time. But yeah, if anyone knows why they've turned all the pumps off, let me know, because it looks like that was helping, but clearly it's not at the moment because that's way past where it was. when we started down there before. I don't know if you can see all the fish starting about, there's lots of fish. One of the big pipes under there. This barrel's bobbing around. Let's see if we can take it over to the edge so it don't do any damage. Just put that down there. You know there's no one driving up and down here, but it could hit something and damage something. Wouldn't take much to break a window or something like that. So the update for Horning is the town end is looking good. Excuse me, I've just had the flu really bad. Yeah, the town end's looking good. But this end, at the ferry marina end, still very, very deep. Just off my chest. If I got much deeper, I wouldn't actually be able to walk through it with my chest waders on, so. Still no changes up this end. If anything, it's got deeper. So, as you saw, things are not looking too good at Horning far end. And the bigger tides that are coming at the end of the month are probably going to make it even worse. I'll keep updating you as best I can, and hopefully they'll find a way of blocking it off somehow, but it looks like they'll give up on the pumps. Or maybe the pumps got flooded out because the water got too deep and they weren't keeping up. Not sure. I'm sure I'll bump into one of the workers and find out, and I'll let you know when I know myself, sort of thing. Right, let's go over to Wroxham and see what's happening there. So we're in Wroxham, we're now coming up over the bridge. Let's see if there's any flooding on the other side. Tiny little puddle, nothing to worry about. We'll pull into the car park and see if there's anything left in there. There's a little bit in the middle, but certainly nothing to worry about. So parking's all back to normal by the looks of things. If you saw my other videos, you would have seen this was completely flooded over. and you had no chance of getting in and out, but it's looking pretty good. You can actually drive around it. It's quite a deep puddle, but you can drive around it. It's full of mud and all sorts of silt and all sorts. But right, let's get parked up and see if some of the other areas are still deep. So, Broad's still over at the end here, but not a great deal. Still a little bit of flooding coming through. This road where it was completely flooded through is pretty much clear now, and people are driving in and out. This is the car park that was absolutely crazy deep last time we came here, which was only a few days ago. And as you can see, there's lots of cars back in here now. Water's gone down, but it's still deep in this corner. We'll go through again, see what we got through here. Straight up to my knees again. As you can see, it's clear up there now. Still a bit of water this end. The housing garden side of things is all starting to go down. If you remember before, the water was literally right up to the top of the steps. This road is so look at the depth. I was going to say, probably you can drive through now. I think this truck's going to get through anyway. Let's have a watch. So no problem for him. This lot now is all clear. You can see you might just get through there in a normal car now. These buildings are still got a bit of water around them. Still a good foot of water there. Still quite deep. And the Broads is obviously still breaking its banks right there. It's about 2 hours from high tide, so this garden's still half full. The amount of rubbish that the water's brought with it as well, though, as it goes down, leaving rubbish everywhere. It's definitely a lot easier to pass it now than what it was 3 or 4 days ago. That building's still boarded up, it's still got water right up, going up the glass. And this end has still got plenty of water by the looks of things. Let's have a wander through and see how deep it is still. You can actually see there's a car park now, you see the lines. Whereas if you look at my other video, the dedicated Wroxham one, this is way up to my waistline. So it has gone down quite a lot. Some of the vans and stuff are actually managing to get in now. It's off the edges of the buildings and stuff. This far end's still fairly deep. Cars still parked up in the garden there. I think it was before anyway. Definitely not driving through here still. It's far too deep. Lots of fish scattering about. Small fry. You can actually see a ledge between the river and the garden now. So at this state of the tide, it's not actually still coming in. I think it will be in the next couple of hours. This poor person's garden doesn't look like it's really changed much. Still full of water, ducks playing in their garden. This certain area is still full of water. But most of it, to be fair, is quite clear now. Okay, Mr. Swan. So you should all remember this road. Yes, I guessed that there's still water here. Remember this car that was right down the bottom of the yard? It's been brought right to the top. Still far too deep to drive through. I'm not going to go all the way today. Just going to wander down and give you an idea. You definitely still can't pass through. But we have got receding water. It's definitely been going down, so I can actually stand on the concrete here. Still pretty deep all the way along here, and then all the way down there to the Broad. It's still full of water. If you want to see that all in detail, you go onto my Wroxham record flooding video, you'll see that. I've walked all the way through there, all the way around, over the bridges, and show everything in detail. Yeah, it's still full of water. Definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. It's sort of just under my knees, depth wise. So you're definitely not getting your campers and stuff through there yet. Walk down this side of the river. Not too bad at all now, just little puddles. Pubs open, there's people in there having drinks. Just the King's Head. Still a bit of flooding in the garden. Nothing too crazy. You can actually see the other side from here now. You can still see the yards are still full of water over that side. Looks like we do have some extra water just coming down this side. It's starting to form a puddle down here. Just opposite the benches. Ducks are starting to have fun there. It's fairly deep actually.